knock. Which would make the world a better place? Art or a heart of gold? Neither. The little knocker-up of Flutterpage will. Where's Miss Willow? She should be warming up by now. Where's she gone? Miss Willow? Miss Willow! Knock, knock. Don't jump to conclusions. Mr. Wind will tell you the truth. Knock, knock. I'll open all the windows and doors, and all the treasure chests too. Miss Willow? Miss Willow? Miss Willow? What are you doing over there?
You're early. Why am I not surprised? You're about as patient as a dog waiting for his dinner.
I thought you'd start practicing as soon as you woke up. What are you doing in this corner?
Come take a look at this. I wonder if it still works.
What a strange thing. What is it?
It's a sort of instrument called the didgeridoo. Come give it a try. First, put your hand on it like this.
Okay. Then what?
I'll teach you how to play it.
Easier to fight here than a back alley.
Imagine the note you want to play and tell it to the didgeridoo.
Okay. Fa.
No. Use your arcane skill. Not to use your words, but to harmonize with it. Observe it. Comprehend it. And then you can control it.
Sterilize.
Wow.
A sharp blade. Everyone.
Please live up to my expectations, Collins.
8th Street style.
My apologies. Don't beat me.
It made a sound. Did you hear that?
Let me show you how it's done.
Great precision.
Time to heat up the forge.
Wear gloves.
That's your command.
Hold on to that.
My forge, my rules.
Oh, hi.
Hold on to that.
Wow.
Great precision.
Whoops. An accident. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea. Don't worry. Let's have a cup of tea.
Toes.
Hey. My apologies. You will Don't beat me. Just a reminder.
Sterilize.
Huh.
A sharp blade.
Mind the machines on the ground. Bang. Please live up to my expectations, Collins.
I'm an artist of steel. Time to heat up the forge.
Great sharp blade.
Give me a hand, friends. I can't do this alone.
Why don't I introduce you to the lady in my life? What'd you think about this?
Huh? It's already over?
It's beautiful, like raindrops pattering on tree leaves. Why has it gone quiet all of a sudden?
It's broken.
What? I didn't break it, did I?
No. It's been broken for a long time.
Well, judging by the look of it, it must be old. It's got mildew all over.
This instrument is crucial to every floor ritualist. You see, we're not just dancers, but music makers, using our arcane skills to play the didgeridoo while we dance.
Don't worry, Miss Willow. I know broken things ain't always easy to fix, but we can start with the easy part. Why don't we wipe off the dust first? Huh? Is this the athlete registration form for the qualifiers? Oh. And look, you ain't submitted it. Why not?
There's still time, isn't there?
No! You already missed the window! Blimey! We've got to do something about this. Oh, that's right. Mr. Fogg said that 2 officers from the Australian headquarters would arrive in London today. I think we can ask them to pull the... What was the word? Anyway, we need to get a move on. I'll pull you up.
Flutter Page. Maybe it's time to give up.
Give up? What do you mean, give up? I don't understand. Ain't this the Uluru Games we've been talking about for ages? Think of all the effort you've made. You didn't jump up and down in the garden over and over again to dust it, did you? You're an athlete, not a feather duster. And you finished that move!
The 2.5 turn with free leg backwards and upwards, wand throw and catch.
Yeah, that one. See? How can you just give up?
Oh, please. Don't look at me like that. Yes, I've always dreamt of completing this element. No one knows better than I how much this means to me.
Then why are you...
I don't want to talk about it. You should leave. I need to see what I can do to fix the didgeridoo. Don't forget to close the door behind you.
ain't leaving. I'm angry.
Don't be upset. It's not that serious.
I talked to Miss Bartley yesterday.
You didn't.
Yeah, I challenged her on your behalf with a letter.
She only visited me so she could show off all the titles she's won. She's not the first to come just to laugh in my face.
That ain't true. Caroline was happy when she got the letter.
What?
She was really looking forward to competing against you. She told me why too. She said you were the most talented and hard-working player she'd ever seen, and that it took all her effort just to keep you in her sight, let alone catch up with you. Because you're different, the one true master of the art. If there were only one gold medal in the history of the floor ritual, it'd be meant for you. Those were her exact words.
I only chose to become a floor ritualist because I had a talent for it. I wanted to win. So I practiced and practiced, paying little attention to anything else. My family, my friends, my life. None of it mattered more than victory. To me, there was no reward more alluring than the euphoria of winning. But whenever I looked back at my past glories, I felt no happiness or excitement. Instead, I'd replay every moment in my mind. Every lost point, every imperfect movement, and think about how close I was to failure. So I pursued the next victory even more fervently. I thought, next time, I won't lose a single point. Next time, I'll be perfect. That was what was running through my mind when I was crowned champion of the Beltane. But there was no next time. That was my last competition.
But you can still have a next time. You can still try again. Look at you. Your skills haven't dulled a bit.
What's the point? I've pushed away everyone I wanted to honor with my victories. I've strayed too far from home. Not to mention...
Okay, but are you happy when you do the floor ritual?
Am I... happy?
See? I love being a knocker-upper. Every morning, I get to see all kinds of sleeping positions. Some people cuddle, others curl up in a ball, and some ain't even in bed at all. I like watching them wake up too, like newborn kittens learning to crawl. And finally, when they completely open their eyes and stand on their feet, I feel a gust of fresh wind rushing out the window. It makes me happy. So what about you? Does the floor ritual make you happy?
I don't know. The only thing that comes to mind is that after a game, me mam would take me to the old cake shop down the road and buy me a cheesecake. The same one every time. That was the only time I'd allow myself to eat dessert. It had raspberries and chocolate drizzled on top. I can still remember the taste. Sweet and tart, with a light bitterness.
Oh! So what really makes you happy is the cheesecake after the game.
What?
Right. Then let's get you registered for the qualifiers so you can have that post-game celebration cheesecake again.
What are you...
Let's go talk to Mr. Fogg. I'm sure he can find a way to get you into the qualifiers. And if your leg's causing you trouble or anything, Miss Toothfairy can help you out. She is a doctor from the Foundation, after all.
Wait.
Don't you want to eat that cheesecake? Don't you think it'll make you happy?
That cheesecake.
It will, right? Then let's go get it. Life's all about happiness, ain't it?
You... silly little Buzzy.
Why is everyone leaving the stadium? Oi, where are you all going?
Home.
Home? Why? Mr. Fogg's holding the ribbon cutting ceremony for his machine in the stadium. Why ain't you going there?
It ain't happening.
Pardon?
I said it ain't happening. The ceremony. The Foundation officers cancelled the qualifiers. Mr. Fogg's so-called biggest air purifier ever doesn't work.
Please enter in an orderly manner, everyone. The ceremony will begin shortly.
Freddy, can you see Mr. Fogg? I can't see a thing past all these people.
You brought the telescope, didn't you, Dad? Maybe I can see if I look through it.
Good idea. Here, take the telescope and get on my shoulders. Hold on tight, you hear? This crowd's rabid. All this pushing and shoving just to take a look at a machine. Then again, the most exciting thing we've had around here as of late is the rats fighting in the underground. What's he doing?
Blimey! He's smacking the machine. It's really strange looking. About half the height of Mr. Fogg and connected to a very long tube and a massive funnel. Oh, what's that? Right there inside the machine, there's a huge mechanical organ or something, like a lung.
Oh, sod it. Hold tight, Freddy. Dad's going to squeeze his way to the front. All right, I can see them now. Eh? I don't recognize those two in uniform. Are they the officers sent from the Foundation headquarters in Australia?
That's what I heard. The Uluru Committee sent them here to supervise the qualifiers, and they'll report the results back to their headquarters too.
Ah, so it's down to them whether our athletes make it to the finals in Australia or not. I'm counting on them.
Oh, please, Will. It's the players that you should count on, not the judges.
Well, I hope they like Caroline as much as I do.
Look, Dad! Mr. Fogg's about to give a demonstration of his purifier to the officers.
I heard that it can filter out the smog within 10 yards of itself, and it only takes one night to process the waste. The qualifiers will only last 2 weeks, so it should manage splendidly.
It's working! It's working!
Blimey, it's powerful. It's gulping down the smog faster than a builder downs a pint in the pub.
I wonder how it works. It's a miracle that a mechanical lung of this size can purify so much air without letting out any waste.
The smog's getting thinner. I can see more clearly now.
Look, it's even purifying the smog all the way out there. I dare say the ivy on my balcony will be enjoying fresh air within the hour.
Mr. Fogg's smiling, Dad. Ain't that great?
It is. We ain't seen him smile for ages.
The hat looks happy too. It's dancing.
Is he doing that Australian Ranger dance again? Look at the expression on those Foundation officers' faces.
They don't look happy or mad. Is something wrong?
Whoa! What's going on? The machine's shaking like hell.
What's that sound? Some kind of alarm?
Christ! Cover your ears, Freddy. That howling will make you deaf. What in the bloody hell is going on?
The hunt begins?
Wow.
A sharp blade. Time to heat up the forge.
Whoops. An accident.
What'd you think about this?
Pitch. Easy job.
I'm an artist with steel.
Toe.
A sharp blade.
Wow.
Time to heat up the forge. Why don't I introduce you to the lady in my life?
Pitch. Easy job.
My forge, my rules.
Maximize the value of dumbasses. Wear gloves.
I'm losing my patience.
Pitch. Easy job.
Oh, hi.
Hey, you will be sorry.
Hey, this body's all natural.
Just a reminder.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Sharp blade.
Go! 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 Puppies!
Find the machines on the ground.
What'd you think about this?
Hey, you will be sorry.
Huh? It's already over?
Dad?
Freddy, are you all right?
I'm fine. It's the machine. It blew up.
What?
First, the pipe blew open. Then its glass belly shattered, and the mechanical lung rolled out from inside. It's vomiting up black blood.
There's no way.
And Mr. Fogg.
What happened to him?
He's coughing and coughing.
3.5 minutes.
Well, I guess neither one of us won that bet. It didn't even last half as long as I predicted.
Don't be cruel, Gregory. We didn't come all this way just to laugh at these poor people.
But they did do even worse than predicted. That's a fact, isn't it? And it proves that the London Climate Management Agency is nothing but a joke.
Listen, Gregory. I know you must be exhausted from the long journey and your constant sneezing, but you can't say that to their faces. Let's just do our job and give them the news.
What news?
We have to tell them. Mr. Fogg? Mr. Fogg? Please move aside. I need to use the microphone.
Oi, miss. What are you...
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming to the ceremony today. We greatly appreciate your hospitality, and it heartens us to see you thriving despite the difficulties caused by the smog. However, it is clear to us that the London Air Pollution Auto-Detecting Purifier Mark III is not able to fulfill its duty. Barring an effective solution, the smog shrouding London will do irreversible damage to both the athletes and the general populace if they stay outdoors for too long. In light of this, and after much consideration, the Uluru International Committee has decided to cancel the London qualifiers for the Uluru Games. We will announce arrangements for the affected players once internal discussions are over. Thank you all for your hard work.
What? Are you saying that the London qualifiers have been cancelled?
I'm afraid so. I wasn't there, but Mr. Brimley told me what happened in the stadium. Mr. Fogg has locked himself in his office. He's refusing to speak to anyone. It seems there's nothing we can do about it.
Miss Willow? Where are you going? Miss Willow! Miss Willow! Miss Willow! Miss Tooth Fairy. Why?
The black fog seems terrifying. If I'd been there, I'd have buried myself in the garden or jumped in the sewer before it reached me.
Thankfully, all the patients and nurses were fine. Only Leonard's daughter got a few bruises.
But what a shame it is that the building was ruined. It was 300 years old, you know. The stained glass alone was a masterwork.
Bugger! I just can't seem to spit it out. I feel like my chest's on fire.
Take this medicine 3 times a day, and you'll feel better tomorrow. Case 132. Clinical symptoms. Burning sensation in chest, blackening of ears. Quite different from a regular tuberculosis patient. Maybe this is a different disease altogether.
Damn this black fog. Qualifiers are cancelled, fairs closed down. Even Cross Street's been cordoned off. To see the posters of the athletes all covered up with fires, it's utterly hopeless. Workers are striking again, just like the old days. They seem to be the only ones who dare to go outdoors. Although, since so many have lost their jobs, I suppose they don't have any reason to go out anymore. What are you doing, Miss Tooth Fairy?
collecting saliva samples to put in petri dishes. I want to see what will grow. The sample I collected 2 days ago has already grown something unusual.
Something unusual?
A ball of black fog, weaker than the one I met in the alley. Its existence is unstable. Its form changes daily. It doesn't appear to have any self-consciousness, but that critter in the alley was definitely intelligent.
Huh. This thing. It looks like the illustration in the old book I read to me son. I can't quite remember the title, but it does mention a creature like this.
A creature like this?
Oi, Miss Tooth Fairy! It's an emergency, Dal. The little tack is in danger.
Please, Mr. Hat, keep your voice down in the hospital. The patients need to rest.
Sorry about that, but this can't wait. Miss Tooth Fairy, they said a girl's climbed to the top of the old bell tower, and she's planning to jump off.
A girl? You mean...
Yeah, Flutterpage. No normal girl could climb all the way up there.
Oi, girl! Get down! It's dangerous up there!
Knock, knock. The little knocker-upper loves hanging sheets. Every one of them brings back a sweet memory. The first sheet smells like cucumber and tobacco. The second, night dew and stars. The third, mummy's cuddles. Knock, knock.
You know, you didn't need to come up so high just to hang your sheets.
Miss Tooth Fairy, well, what are you doing here?
I wanted to ask you the same thing.
I'm having some quiet time in my secret base. Off you pop. We'll meet up later.
I understand your need for privacy, but given that almost everyone in London is talking about a girl who's about to jump off the bell tower, I'd say this isn't the spot for it.
Jump off the bell tower? Oh, like I might fall? Don't worry. I'll be fine as long as the wind's blowing. I'll ride it all the way to,
Australia?
Yeah, Australia. They must be preparing for the finals there. Come here, Miss Tooth Fairy. Have a seat.
Come on, Liberty! Quickly! It's dangerous up there!
Don't listen to him, Liberty! Oh, you! Watch your word! She might jump right off the bloody thing!
Why?
Why what?
First, they told me to get down, and then they told me not to. Why'd they change their minds so quickly? Not just them. It's like all of a sudden, everything's changed. People said they wanted the qualifiers, but then they cancelled them. They said they'd find a solution, but then they just completely gave up on solving the problem. Why couldn't they just keep at it until they achieve something? It's like climbing this bell tower. You've got to push through and keep going until you reach the top. Otherwise, you'll never get to enjoy the view.
Maybe they... Well, I don't know.
Miss Tooth Fairy, I think I did something wrong. I can cut my own hair, cook my own meals, and do my own laundry. No one taught me. I just figured it out myself. I used to think the world was like the fish tank I had at home. No matter how many questions I had, the answers were all inside, just like the fish swimming in there. I was patient too. I'd take the fish one by one and carefully look them over. And I wouldn't stop until I checked every scale. Yep, every single one. Well, unless Mum and Dad scolded me. Actually, sometimes I couldn't figure out why they hit me. I just had a lot of questions, and I wanted to know the answers. Anyway, now I've learned the truth about the world. It's different from what I imagined. I thought it was a round tank, but it was actually square. I thought there were goldfish swimming inside, but actually there were pinching crabs and chomping sharks. Sometimes even just pieces of rubbish. The round tank only existed in my mind, and all the answers I found were nothing, just my imagination. And what's worse is that I hurt others with my imaginary answers.
You mean Miss O'Hagan?
I let her down.
I spent my entire youth learning how to get along with others. And you know what I realized? People will change as long as the result benefits them. Once things are going well, whether expected or not, people often forget the goals they set before they reach that point. What I'm trying to say is, we need to remember who we really are and what we really want. Miss Willow must have known what she really wanted. Otherwise, she wouldn't have become the youngest floor ritual record holder of the century. I'm sure she understands that it wasn't your fault. You didn't hurt her. In fact, you didn't hurt anyone. You just need to look at the fish tank in a new way.
Ugh, it hurts.
What's wrong? Let me take a look. You're losing a tooth. A new tooth is pushing out the old one.
A new tooth? But I've already lost all my baby teeth.
Open your mouth. Don't worry, it won't hurt.
Oh, ouch!
It's out. Look.
I thought I didn't have any baby teeth left.
Well, you don't anymore. This was the last one.
It stinks.
It does. I suppose I'll keep this then.
Let's listen again to the interview she had all those years ago. As the youngest floor ritual record holder of the century, you're just one step away from becoming the world champion. What else do you wish to achieve in your career?
My ultimate goal is to win the finals of the Uluru Games. But I'll also register for as many events as possible. I have a lot I want to achieve, but I'm patient, and I'm sure I can do it all eventually.
Now, old friend. It's just you and me, isn't it?
Careful with the scaffolding, fellas. You wouldn't want it to fall on your feet. You'll be hobbling about for months.
Here's the reimbursement application form. Just fill in the numbers and give me the receipt for the materials. I'll contact the Uluru Committee for your compensation.
Is there really no hope, Mr. Fogg? We didn't build all this just to tear it all down.
I'm sorry.
To be honest, we'd rather not do this, even if we're getting paid for it. We were over the moon when we got this job. I mean, just look at this place. The huge billboards and that lovely stage background. How could we not be? It's been yonks since we last had an event like this. And who knows when we'll have another? Is there really nothing we can do?
Excuse me,
Oops. Look at me, blocking the doorway with me ladder. Begging your pardon, miss.
That's quite all right. I'm glad to stay a little longer and talk with everyone. None of us want to leave, actually.
How sad. But it's true. Who'd want to leave after all the trouble we've gone to?
Miss Bartley, I must say, I didn't expect to see you here after all the qualifiers were cancelled.
Hello, Mr. Fogg. I'm glad to see you back on your feet.
Well, I can't wallow all day. There's a lot of cleaning up to do. And someone has to do it. How about you, Miss Bartley? Will you be leaving shortly?
Yes. I suppose I'll go home and wait to hear the arrangements the committee's come up with.
Why don't you stay for a few more days?
Well, I don't think there's much point. In fact, I'm the #1 seed this year, so I don't even have to participate in the qualifiers to advance in the finals.
It's a new system they introduced to get a step closer to the standardization of human sporting events. I only joined because I couldn't pass up the opportunity to compete in my hometown. This was going to be the last competition of my career. And I thought, no, never mind. I wasn't surprised when the news came out, to be honest. We were just fooling ourselves before. And now it's time to face the fact that...
Sorry to interrupt you, but ain't it too early to be getting this dark, Mr. Fogg?
Crikey. What time is it, mate?
I don't have to look at my watch to know it isn't night yet.
Then what's going on? Whoa, what the bloody hell is happening?
Easier to fight here than a back alley.
Sterilize.
Your command.
Dark Blade.
Get out of here.
Please live up to my expectations, colleagues.
What you think about this?
Not even close, bro.
Wear gloves.
Great decision.
Handy. Your command.
Oh, hi.
Hold on to that.
My turn.
Sterilize. Wear gloves.
Huh. Pitch. Easy job.
Get out of here. I'm losing my patience. Wear gloves.
Dark Blade.
Go! 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 Puppies!
I would like to express my deepest regret for the accidents.
Are you all right?
All good, thanks. What the blazes was that?
It looked just like the black fog that attacked the hospital. Only smaller, and it was a different shape. Let's move to your office, Mr. Fogg. There's something we need to talk about. I believe all these problems we're having, the smog, the tuberculosis, the failure of your machine, have something to do with the black fog.
What?
But first, we need to get everyone out of the stadium in case it attacks again.
Leave it be. It's no use worrying about it now.
You pushed it too hard, mate.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Mr. Fogg. The fact that you made something that worked at all, in just a matter of weeks, is an achievement in itself.
I appreciate it, Miss Tooth Fairy. I know it doesn't make any sense to keep it around after it failed so spectacularly. But I just... I can't bear to break it down. At least not for now. I enchanted it with my arcane skill. So we're linked together. It used to breathe as I did. And now I cough and splutter just like it does.
You should go to the hospital as soon as possible.
See? How many times have I told you that and you never listened? Even the doctor's saying so. Anyway, what was it that you wanted to talk about, Ms. Tooth Fairy?
The experiments I've been doing these days. Here's a sample of the black fog. I collected it from the alley after it attacked me. As for the tuberculosis, I analyzed the black fog's composition and found some components very similar to those in the patient's saliva. I've concluded that this fog critter is the root cause of the disease. This critter is fog-soluble, can change its form, and is indestructible. It feeds on smog and, most interestingly, sensitive emotions, which it seems to absorb to nourish itself. In conclusion, the answer to our problems lies in capturing and containing these critters. Also, in one of my experiments, I cultured 2 samples under the same conditions and put one of them in the sun, like this. See, even in today's dim sunlight, it shrinks very quickly. Just wait a moment and you'll see. Its true being. Sunlight is their weakness. That's why you never see them in areas with clear skies. As you can see, London provides the perfect conditions for it to survive and multiply. Heavy smog, and the anxiety and depression caused by the cancellation of the qualifiers.
I do believe you're right. But it won't be easy to capture these things.
No, definitely not. I'm still trying to figure that one out. We may be able to lure them into a trap, but we need to make a specific plan so that the process is controllable and the results predictable.
A specific plan? The only plan I can think of is to pray to God.
Some people may seek answers from the divine, but whether that works or not is another matter.
Oi! Hello?
Is that Flutterpage's voice?
Sure is. Over there, mate. Outside the window.
Miss Tooth Fairy, Mr. Fogg, Mr. Brimley, would you like to join us?
What?
The residents of Cross Street have got together to petition for the reopening of the qualifiers.
Oi, folks! About the science. It's a family heirloom, but it'll be perfect for the floating stock fling. And I'll be the stop point. I'm an excellent timekeeper. I can keep time down to the millisecond. We also need a fair judge, right? Then I'll put myself forward. Everyone on Cross Street knows I'm an excellent mediator.
Everyone's brought things from their homes. Ladders, hanging rods, clotheslines, anything that might be useful. We're going to rebuild the stadium together. So, will you join us?
What? Are you serious?
Struth! I don't know what to say. This is unbelievable.
Since the qualifiers have been cancelled, we'll just have to hold our own games. Miss Tooth Fairy, I found the right way to look at the fish tank.